Hello, Inceptor 57. We're back again. War Thunder to check out a new vehicle that's coming out 1.69. This is the Churchill Mk I, a British rank 2 heavy tank, battle rating 3.3. This is the predecessor to the Mark III, and basically it's the first Churchill iteration. So it's got a 2-pounder and a 3-inch howitzer and a coaxial, the standard tank. But the difference is the 3-inch howitzer, so that's an interesting addition. Later version they get rid of a bow machine gun. Hull armor is basically the same as the Churchill Mk III, nothing too spectacular. Only big difference is the turret. The turret is 101.6mm in the front, but it has a gun mat in the back that's about 50mm, so the two armors can stack in the turret front. Pretty good. But everything else is, what you might expect from a Churchill tank. It's got the side plates. The tracks are exposed. Not so sure how it will affect, like a strafing fire from airplane can break the tracks more easily now. Not too sure, but it is a design feature you can note. And here we can see the inside. You got 5-man crew. You can see the guy that's operating the big howitzer in the front. You can see all the ammunition all over, and you can see the engine power just shown in this text screen. It's okay, but this is a heavy tank. It's nothing. It's not supposed to be producing miracles. It's the Churchill. It's slow, lumbering, and it's got decent armor for its weight. I am concerned about this 2-pounder though, because at its battle rating it's not very good. And here I am in the test range, just trying out. Rev it up a bit, and you can see it's actually quite fast. I fully upgraded this tank already, so all these stats are from upgrading. The max speed stats from the stat card, so obviously you probably won't be able to hit that. But here you see the gun elevation is about 20 degrees. Pretty good, standard elevation, and its depression is -15, which is considerable. It's not the best, but it's still pretty good. And I don't know if that affects the howitzer too, but that's the one for the 2-pounder. And you can see the howitzer. It's about this. It can aim in the same arc as the 2-pounder. It's not very restricted. And I know I'm not showing you very well horizontally, but it is actually very good shooting horizontally. And here I am about to show you the 3-inch howitzer's terrible penetration with its HE shell. HE shells can only penetrate 8mm, and I am trying in vain to kill that Panzer II. And I mean, obviously the 2-pounder can go right through it, so I was just playing around with the 8-inch. The 8-inch, I said 3-inch. I'm sorry, 8mm. It can penetrate only 8mm with the HE shells. But so 3 inches obviously ineffective at all for anti-tank purposes, because it doesn't even have an AP shell. It only has the HE. So your only saving grace is to use it against trucks or anti-aircraft guns, or like just thin skin vehicles in general, because 3 inches is still 76.2mm, so you can probably initiate hull break mechanism if you hit a target head on. And last time I checked, Panzer II doesn't have hull break, so we'll just end it with a 2-pounder. And we got neutral steer, because all Churchills have neutral steer, right? It's like if you played around with the Churchill Mk III, Mk VII, this is nothing too special. This is just the first version of the Churchill. When they decided a 3-inch howitzer in the front is a good idea, because the 2-pounder does not give enough HE firepower for infantry support role of the Churchill. But in the game, the last 2-pounder before this was the Matilda at battle rating 3.0. This is battle rating 3.3, and we still have the 2-pounder. All we get is a much better front armor that even the Mark III was quite deficient against the Panzer IV F2 with its long 75mm. Yeah, okay. And here I am just being a terrible shot once again with the 2-pounder. Don't worry about that. But it's like I'm just like, is this what we wanted? Is 3.3 battle rating really the right place for this tank? Yeah, it's got the armor, but the gun is like a door knocker. That's what the Germans will call the 37mm. This is a poor demonstration of what I'm talking about, but basically it's like the British is not gonna produce any miracles with this thing. It might be more of a liability at a battle rating than an actual assist. And here I am just firing the coaxial. And also, I don't know about you, but does the turret remind you of the M6 heavy tank from the American side? It kind of reminds me of it. And it's like, mobility is great. Armor is probably going to be okay. The 3-inch howitzer definitely gives this tank flexibility in engaging targets, since You don't have to worry about peppering a truck with multiple 2-pounder around. You can just use a high explosive. But you know, like the 2-pounder is like, I mean, obviously the Panther is a whole barrel rating above with a 5.7 compared to this 3.3. But I'm just trying to make a point. I mean, we're having trouble penetrating this 40mm side armor, even though it's sloped a bit. But that's just me playing around with the test range. I mean, like I said, there's really not much to talk about the Churchill Mk I. It's just interesting design features on it. I'm not so sure if I want to invest a lot of time into unlocking this, since I already got the 3 and the 7. And I mean, I guess it can help with people who just want to unlock rank 2 area and just go straight to rank 3, because you need to unlock a certain amount of vehicles to get to the next rank. If you're very familiar with War Thunder, obviously you know that. But it is, so it's an addition. It's probably something that the British wanted to help fill up the tree line. It's just that I feel like the SU-51 that they added to the Russian is like, do we need this? Like, will it be useful? The SU-51, I haven't played it that much either. I unlocked it, but it's like, it only holds 8 rounds. And well, this one definitely does not hold 8 rounds, holds 58. And it's just, I don't know. Obviously you guys might have different opinions, but just watching me just pepper this 80mm side armor Tiger II is probably gonna be boring. But you know, if you imagine some of the tanks at the battle rating that the Churchill Mk I is, like T-34, the M4A1 Sherman, the Chinu, I think. Yeah, it's like every other nation has something a bit better than the Churchill Mk I can provide. And I seriously think that this tank can do with a down tier a bit, you know, just reduce the battle rating. Maybe bring along the line with the Matilda 3.0. I don't think will it be that bad there? I don't think so. The Matilda's armor is like 60mm flat in the front. Well, a part of it is like flat in the front, like 60-70mm. Churchill's got the 60mm flat side armor. What's the big deal? It's got the same 2-pounder guns as Matilda. Howitzer is not going to be much of a threat to any opponents that can take it out. Yeah, these are some like my opinions, like why this tank could do with a lower battle rating. And I mean, that's just my opinion in the arcade. I don't know if you all share my sentiments, but it's just something I got concerned about with this tank. Maybe taking out to a battle will be a big difference, but I have sometimes seen like the 2-pounder just been bouncing off targets that I want to kill, like the T-34 for example. But otherwise, it's an okay. I think it's a worthwhile addition to this game. What do you think? Do you think it is? Let me know. And that's about it. That's all I got for this tank. So thanks for watching. If you liked this video, feel free to press the like button, subscribe if you want to see more. I got I think 2 more videos that I managed to take before the dev server close. And I hope to see you next time.